Yes sir, what is going on YouTube? It is your boy Denali, aka Don Squally, and today we are back at it with another Acura CL, I guess you could call it how-to video. And in today's video I'm going to show you guys a how-to, probably the easiest way that you can get JDM red Honda badges on your Honda or Acura. Now for today's video we will be doing this on the Acura CL, which I totally understand that there are no Acuras in Japan, so this is technically not JDM for an Acura. It's more of, I guess you could say, a racer cosmetic mod. But a couple of years ago I did the same process on the girlfriend's R18 8th gen Honda Civic, and as you can see it turned out great. It's been holding up pretty good considering the car really doesn't get very much attention as far as being washed and clean. So the Honda badges so far for the last couple of years have been great. So I'm going to show you guys the process that I used on that car, and we're going to be doing the same on the Acura CL Type S. Now I will be doing both the front and back badges. Now for this car it's relatively easy on the front because there is in fact a, I guess you could call it a plastic plate behind the Acura symbol itself. Now if you guys have a Honda or an Acura that in between the logo is actually hollow, I'll show you guys a clip of what the girlfriend Civic looks like on the front. It's going to be a little more difficult, but for this application, especially on the trunk, the process is going to be exactly the same as what I'm going to show you guys today. So what I am going to be using is red Plasti dip mixed with some glossifier. Now I found this to be the easiest route. You don't have to take the badges off. You don't have to you know, cut or sand or paint anything. Everything's going to be done with Plasti dip. So if you guys are familiar with using Plasti dip, the process is very simple, and with the glossifier as a top coat, it gives it in my opinion the same look as a badge that you would get online for 70, 80 bucks. I know these JDM badges are relatively expensive in relation to, you know, what other parts for a Civic cost. So I'm going to show you guys today the process, and with any luck we're going to have some dope looking red JDM badges on the Acura CL Type S. So with that being said, we are going to get at it. I'm going to start with the back, show you guys, you know, step by step. Again, if you guys have used Plasti dip, this probably isn't going to be you know, anything new to you guys, but if you haven't, stay tuned because I'm going to show you guys the easiest way to get JDM Honda / Acura badges on your Honda / Acura. Let's get into it, man. Alrighty, so first things first, what we're going to want to do is just get a any type of rag or even paper towels, and you're going to want to clean inside the logo, kind of inside this gap, inside here. Now you don't want any dirt or any water in there because the Plasti dip obviously is not going to adhere properly and probably start peeling up in the corners over time. So I'm just going to use some Windex. I like using Windex, especially on painted surfaces. It does have alcohol in it, so it will evaporate eventually, relatively quick, and you're going to get a nice clean surface. So I'm going to go ahead, spray onto my rag here, and then we're going to clean all inside where you want the Plasti dip to stick, obviously. Now inside this centerpiece, what I'm going to do is just get a flathead screwdriver and just slide it gently inside to get as much of that dirt out of there as possible, around all the edges as well, and then around the outside of the logo also. And then what I'm going to do to make sure that there's no moisture in any of these corners, I'm just going to hit it with the blow dryer real quick. This is going to make sure that any moisture from rain or any of, you know, the Windex stuff that's still stuck on here is going to evaporate. So I'm going to go ahead, hit it with either a blow dryer or a heat gun. This is just a little extra measure just to be safe. And now that that's all taken care of, we can go ahead and start taping. And now what we're going to do is start taping. Now for those of you guys who have used Plasti dip before, the process is going to be relatively easy. Now For those of you guys who haven't used Plasti Dip before, the idea here is to tape a little bit outside what you want to spray on. Now when it completely dries, it's almost like a rubberized coating that's easy to peel. So we're gonna go ahead, spray this whole area here. And then once we're done spraying, we're gonna be able to go ahead and peel this outer lip off, and then we're gonna go ahead and peel the logo. Now a lot of guys that wanna like black out their logos or paint them other colors, you're gonna be doing spraying the same way, and then you're gonna be peeling the insides out as well as the outside, leaving just the emblem painted with the Plasti Dip. But for the look that we're going for, that JDM Acura / Honda look, we're gonna be spraying this entire thing. We're gonna be peeling this outer portion as well as the logo, leaving just the red in the background. Now I'm hoping with the gold this is going to be kind of a nice contrast, but I've never seen it done on a gold logo like this before, so hopefully it works out. And I'm just going to go ahead and tape a little bit outside you know, our tape line that we have right now. The less overspray you get on the car, you can wipe it off, but obviously if you're wiping the paint, you're gonna get a little bit of hazing, especially on a dark colored car, black being the worst. So this is just gonna prevent us from having to do any major cleanup once the process is finished. And it's simple as that. Now we are ready to go ahead and spray. I'm gonna go, before we get started, I'm gonna do the same on the front logo. And then once I get that done, we're gonna get the Plasti Dip out here, and I'm gonna show you guys the actual process of laying the dip on as well as peeling it. Now I do have plans to paint this outer portion here as well as this inner portion black, leaving just the Acura logo gold, but I wanted to get the red on here first because once I paint everything black, it's just gonna be a little bit tricky to tape around it. So don't worry about that. This whole grill will be blacked out probably within the next couple of videos. I'll show you guys the process, maybe make a little bit of a YouTube video on that. And again, we're gonna be doing the same taping process here, except I'm gonna go just on the outer lip of this logo here, since I don't wanna get any spray inside here or down on this portion of the grill. I'm gonna tape a little bit closer to where we're actually spraying, just to make it easier to peel everything off. I'll show you guys what I mean right now. You don't have to be perfect with your tape lines because when you go to peel this off, if it dries to the tape and you peel the tape off, this is hopefully gonna peel this logo and the inner logo here as well, leaving just the red in the background. And now that we got everything taped up, we should be ready to spray some red Plasti Dip on here. Gonna go ahead, allow that to dry, and then we're gonna throw some glossifier on it. I guess what I'm gonna do is start at the back and then move my way to the front here, and that's gonna just show you guys, you know, I guess we'll work in order. Now the key to working with Plasti Dip is gonna be to put a really light coat on your first like couple of sprays, and then what you're going to want to do is as you get to your third and fourth coat, that's when you can really lay it on heavy. Now for darker surfaces like that, you might have to do 3 to 4 coats, whereas if you have a silver car, you might only have to do like 2 or 3, but again, really light coats on your first couple of sprays, and then you're going to want to thicken it up as you go along here. And another reason you want to go light on your first couple of coats is if you go too thick for your first spray, is because if you go too thick for your first few coats, you run the risk of getting runs inside here, and we definitely don't want that. So I'm going to go ahead, let this dry up real quick, and then we're going to continue back and forth until we have a nice red logo here. And then I'm going to show you guys the peeling process. Alrighty, so I let this dry up for about, I don't know, 10-15 minutes, just so this outer portion, as you can see, is nice and dry. Now what we're going to do is throw on a second coat, a little bit thicker than the first, and then the third, fourth coat, you can really lay it on here to get that nice, vibrant red color. Alrighty, second coat is dried up both on the front and back. I'll throw in a little bit of a clip of the front here just to give you guys an idea of exactly what we're working with here. So now I'm going to go ahead, throw on the third coat. Now you can start going a little bit thicker with the coats. Just make sure that obviously you don't put it on too thick or you are going to get runs. Now with the dark surfaces, you might have to go, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 coats in order to get that red to really pop out. So I'm going to go ahead, spray on our third coat here, and show you guys when that's dry. Alrighty, third coat's dry. Now we're going to start going nice and heavy. The reason that you want a nice thick coating is because if you don't, you're going to have difficulty actually peeling the Plasti dip in the parts that you want it to be peeled. So keep that in mind. I guess I can just stop showing you guys the separate coats here. What I'll probably do is throw on maybe 2 more coats. That'll be around 4 to 5 coats until I get a nice vibrant red. And then we're going to throw on the glossifier and show you guys the peeling process. Alrighty, so now that we got about 5 nice thick coats on here, the red is pretty much even from the tape to where it's actually applied onto the car. I'm just going to go over it now with about 2 light coats of the glossifier. Now you don't have to use this if you don't want to. I just like the little semi-gloss look that it gives you, as well as when you clean it, it's not going to hold dirt quite as much as it would if it was just this matte finish. So we're going to go ahead, spray on a couple coats on the front and back here, and we should be good to go. Alrighty, first coat is dry, so we're going to go ahead, throw on our second coat, let this dry up, and then we should be good to peel this off. And if anybody out there who's used Plasti dip before, well, you know that's the most exciting part. And now that everything dries comes the fun part. So what you're going to want to do is just nice and easily peel back the tape, and if you sprayed on enough product, as you can see, the Plasti dip should just peel up around the logo here. So we're going to go ahead, peel off the tape, and then we'll peel off the Plasti dip that is over the gold Acura logo here. We should be good to go, man. Now, if you do get too much buildup around the edge, it might start to peel off on the logo. That's why you got to go nice and even with your coats here. But this is actually working out perfect for what we need it to. And then we're going to just try to peel up a little section of the logo here. And then again, if you sprayed enough Plasti dip here, this should just peel off nice and easy. And as you can see, simple as that. Very easy, straightforward process. I'm going to go ahead, do the same to the front, and then I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to wipe down a little bit of the overspray that we have here. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is all there is to it. As you can see, we've got our gold Acura logo here. Again, I will be blacking out a lot of this gold grille, just leaving the emblem gold like we have at the back. But that is pretty much, in my opinion, the cheapest, easiest way to do a DIY JDM Honda / Acura logo. And here is the back, what it looks like. Got the little red to match our Type S logo. And for me, I just think this is a must for any Honda / Acura owner. That just looks absolutely dope. So what I'm going to do now is use a microfiber towel. We do have a little bit of overspray down here, as well as under the trunk. You can kind of see it there. Now, instead of just taking a microfiber cloth and buffing it out, which you can do, what I'm going to do is just spray a little bit of Goo Gone on my rag. Now make sure you don't get that on your Plasti Dip logo because it will make that stuff bubble up and come off. So I'm going to spray some Goo Gone on this rag. Just give it a light wipe and that should lift off any of the overspray that we have on the car. So I'm going to go ahead and do this same process to the front and then just wipe it down with Windex to get some of this Goo Gone off. And we should be good to go. And there you have the finished product. And this is, in my opinion, the cheapest, easiest way to get the JDM red Honda/Acura logo on your car. Now, like I say, you can buy these online with the red background. You just pull this logo off, replace it with the one that you've bought. But I already had the red Plasti Dip and the glossifier kicking around, and you know, I just didn't want to spend any more money than I had to. But as you can see, I mean, that's looking mighty Honda boy right now, if I do say so myself. And of course, here is the front. But yeah, man, that's pretty much all it took. Maybe about an hour worth of work, not including the dry time. So really very simple, very easy technique. And I know a lot of guys aren't really into the Plasti Dip idea, but like I say, this has been tried, tested, and true by your boy Don Squally on the girlfriend Civic. So I think that's going to be absolutely perfect for what we need. But I'm thinking that's going to be a wrap for today's video. If you guys did enjoy this one, don't forget to smash that like button. If you guys are not subscribed, you want to see some more Acura CL content, G35 content coming very soon. The season here in Canada just about getting started within the next couple of weeks. The weather's nice. It's been raining a little bit, so I haven't really, you know, felt motivated to take the G out and really drive it. I'm still enjoying the Acura, the comfort, the quietness of the CL Type S. But definitely stay tuned. We got more Acura content coming soon. We definitely have some G35 content soon. I'm going to be getting some tires, heading back to the track. Hopefully we can beat our personal best time in the G35 of 13.9. But definitely stay tuned for that. So with that being said, I am your boy D Nolly, aka Don Squally. We're gonna catch y'all mofos at the next one, man. Peace!